if they're on the fence or they're deliberating right now whether right now is the good time to go to the cloud, and because maybe they're in the process of potentially having to put together a budget to replace their internal infrastructure, or they're adding on more services where now they have to upgrade their internal. So now they're making that conscious evaluation between, do we stay internal, do we go to the cloud? What would be your word of advice for them as far as what they need to consider for the cloud at this point?
Well, it's really a question of, first of all, comfort level. There is no question that that's it. You have to be comfortable enough to deliver that. But if you look today at, an average size company's accounting, right, that you're doing, you could be using QuickBooks or, one of the other applications that exist out there. They're all cloud-based today. Even if you have it, on your own server, you can move that to a cloud-based system, right? Anything. So when you're beginning to look at things, it becomes, how comfortable are you with moving things off your own premise and basically taking the blanket off, right? And allowing things to run elsewhere. That's the first thing to consider. The second thing to consider is flexibility. We have, as I mentioned to you guys before, we scaled down our office size for a variety of different reasons, obviously through the pandemic. And I didn't do it because I reduced the size of the company. I reduced the size of my office because everybody's working from home. They don't need to come to the office. And they also don't need to go to their customers' offices, right? Because everything can be done remotely. Well, it's the same thing. If you require that remote work capability, making things cloud-based becomes a much more cost-effective, a much more flexible, and actually a much more secure way of doing it. There's no question. Talk to us, right? I'm out there. This is my sales pitch. I'm willing to talk to you about it. It won't be me. It'll be people that actually understand how things work. I don't understand how things work anymore outside of what I've said today. But, at the end of the day, that's really what it is. It's comfort level, it's flexibility. And if you need to do a replacement, it's a great time to look at the cloud. There is no question. Or you need to add more reliability or redundancy. For whatever it is, right? Copying your data, instead of backing it up to tape, which you might be doing today, start thinking about using an appliance to back things out to the cloud, using a virtual machine on your servers, which you can create, and then using the cloud, storage on the cloud as the target for that. And then that storage then becomes replicated onto multiple sites. If you buy that service, of course, you have to subscribe to that service. And when you're looking at it, it's the same thing around security. And as I mentioned early on, we're not a cybersecurity company, but I have partners who really help customers that are either already using the cloud or moving to the cloud. And everybody's using the cloud in some way. There's no question. Nobody can say if you run a business today, you're definitely using the cloud. But they start looking at the security and what that requirement is, right? What do I need to put on the individual devices, whether they be phones, laptops, et cetera? What do people need to have in their homes to ensure the security, if that's part of it, to ensure that they have the security, that they're compliant with the company's security level? These are all things that can be moved and done through a SaaS-based model, which is what the cloud is, right? Running your applications in the cloud.